Task number 5, recognizing password hashes. This task is part of the hashing basics room on Try Hack Me. And we have from the cyber defensive security perspective. We covered how to store passwords securely for authentication systems. Let's tackle this from the offensive security perspective. If we start with a hash, how can we recognize this type, eventually crack it, and recover the original password? Automated hash recognition tools such as Hash ID exist but are unreliable for many formats. For hashes that have a prefix, the tools are reliable. Use a healthy combination of text and tools. If you find the hash in a web application database, it's more likely to be MD5 than NTLM. NT-LAN manager. Automated hash recognition tools often get these hash types mixed up, highlighting the importance of learning yourself. Linux passwords. On Linux, passwords hashes are stored in etc. shadow, which is normally only readable by root. They used to be stored in etc. passwords, which was readable by everyone. The shadow file contains the password information. Each line contains 9 fields separated by column. The first 2 fields are the login name and the encrypted password. More information about the other fields can be found by executing manual 5 shadow on Linux system. The encrypted password field contains the hash passphrase with 4 components: prefix, algorithm ID, options, parameters, salt and hash. It is saved in the format like this: question, prefix, question, option, salt and hash. The prefix makes it easy to recognize Unix and Linux style passwords. It specifies the hashing algorithm used to generate the hash. Here's a quick table of some of the most common Unix style password prefixes you might encounter. They are listed in the order of decreasing strength. You can read more about them by checking the manual page with man5 crypt. You can do that, but also you can go to hashcat. Let me show you something. We'll go hashcat examples. Example hashes. There you go. That's what I wanted to show you. Now here under hashcat wiki example hashes, we can see a ton of examples with, let's say, the pattern, right? To better recognize them. Let's see, for our case, for instance, if we take this and go over here and paste it, let's see. And to be honest, we can't find this, which is perfectly fine. Let's take another one and see. So this one is script. Is a scalable hashing scheme and is default recommended choice in new systems. Let's take this one. Okay, I mean, we can see it, but it's actually starting with $7. I mean, this is just another, I saw MD5. For instance, here we see that we have $MD5 like in here. Let me see $1 and then dollar again. We have it here. You can see. Okay. We have 15 matches, right? MD5 crypt. MD5 crypt, like you can see. So you can just mix and match to see. Here is just another resource that you can check for examples of hashes. Here you can also see this list. And let's see, modern Linux example. Consider the following line from a modern Linux system shadow password file. I mean, we can also check out our split view and just check out the machine they provide for cat from. Actually, we need sudo. Let's see if the user has rights to read that from etc and shadow. Let's see, permissions denied. Let's see if we go with sudo and the password for user. I just hit enter. Maybe we have in the introduction room some credentials, and we are lucky. Sudo cat. Oh, yeah, we just have to hit it again and just try hack me 123 question mark. User is not in the sudoers file. Okay, so we cannot use that. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Password. All right. Here we can also see the users. We can see some users. Anyway, so it will look like, let me place down. It will look like this, right? For Strategos, the user that we saw, this is a hash for a password. For instance, in the command, they grabbed specifically for this guy. The fields are separated by columns. The important ones are the username and the hash algorithm, salt and hash value. The second field has the format prefix, option, salt, and hash. In the example above, we have 4 parts separated by $. Indicates, as you can see over here, indicates the hash algorithm used is yes script J9T, which is this one, which is the options, is the parameter passed to the algorithm. This one is the password, the salt, right, which goes from here to the $, is the salt, and then we have this one, and then we have this one, which is the hash value. Microsoft Windows passwords. Microsoft passwords are hashed using NTLM, a variant of MD4. They're visually identical to MD4 and MD5 hashes, so it's very important to use context to determine the hash type. On Microsoft Windows password, hashes are stored in the SAM, Security Accounts Manager database. Microsoft Windows tries to prevent normal users from dumping them, but tools like Mimikatz exist to circumvent MS Windows security. Notably, the hashes found there are split into NT hashes and LM hashes. A great place to find more hashes formats. And password prefixes are, oh, there you go. So basically we have the TryHackMe also recommends the same page that we saw, which is an amazing resource to just check out prefixes and hashes. For example, hash types, you'll typically need to check the length or encoding or even conduct some research into the application that generated them. Never underestimate the power of research. Answer the questions below. What is the hash size of YesScript? Hash size of YesScript, 256 bits. 256. 256. What's wrong? 256. What's the hash mode listed for Cisco? Let's see, MD5. Hash mode 2410. 2410. What hash algo is used in if starts with 9, let's see, $9 S script. Cisco iOS $9 S script.